According to Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus of the World Health Organization, we're seeing dangerous increases in cases in countries where proven measures to reduce risks are not implemented or followed. We have Nurat Ajenifuja, a pharmacist, and she joins us on the program from our Abuja studios. We'd like to thank you for joining us on the program. And first ask what your thoughts are on the Nigerian people, the actions and also the actions of government to the public enemy number one, COVID-19.
Thank you once again. Yeah, the government is responding well, but more needs to be done. For instance, we've been hearing investigation are showing that it could be airborne. So constant decontamination of the environment will go a long way to reduce this pandemic. So I think the government needs to do more. A lot has been done, but we still need to improve on it because it's a novel virus. So many new things are popping up here and there about the virus. So we still need to do a lot more to curb this pandemic.
Do you think there's enough public trust, and this is in government's attempt to bring the virus to flatten the curve of COVID-19?
Sorry, please come again.
Would you say that there's public trust in government's efforts to the response?
You know, when it comes to public, there are bound to be exceptions. Not everybody will agree, but at least to a certain level, especially when you come to the government hospitals, you see the measures on ground, and you know that, okay, government is doing something about it, and this boosts the public trust. But when we come to the community level, I think more still needs to be done in curbing this pandemic. The government presence has not really been felt more in the community until when you come to government institutions where you see the measures being put in place. But in the community, a lot still needs to be done, especially like in our marketplaces, because there are most of the markets, you don't see them checking temperature. Some people go around without the face masks. There's no decontamination of the marketplace every day. This has to be done every day for us to be able to nip this in the bud. So to gain the public trust, I think the government needs to do more again in that regard.
So I guess the basics must be followed. But finally, in terms of our vaccine and treatment search to handling and properly managing the virus, a leading scientist in the UK is warning that there's no certainty that any of the vaccines currently being developed will be successful, and that is somewhat dependent on the level of immunity needed to prevent the infection. What's your take on this?
I think we'll be jumping the gun to give a verdict on this. Let the vaccine come out first, then, because this needs to go through clinical trials, and this takes a long time before you can certainly say this is really going to provide immunity to the person that uses it or not. So we'll be jumping the gun by doing that. Investigation and researches are still going on. So after the researches, then we'll assess the situation and see if this assertion is true or not. But if we are going to base this evidence on previous vaccine, like the influenza vaccine, it's working well. At least for 6 months, it covers the patient that uses it for 6 months. The patient won't come down with anything influenza. So with that, we can collaborate that with the new vaccines going on, that it can work for it, but we can't really say for certain if this will be, because this is a novel virus, so everything about it is new. We can't really just say that it might work or it might not work until the vaccine has been put in place and the clinical trials have been done. Then after that, assess the situation to see if it has really done what it has been purported to do.
We appreciate your time on the program. Mrs. Nurat Ajenifuja, a pharmacist, thank you for joining us at this time.
Thank you for having me once again. Thank you.